Hi, everybody. How are you all tonight? I've been doing pretty well, I'd say. Everybody else out there in, I don't know, wherever you are. Y'all been living your life? I know I have. And also, I realized the problem I had last week with the edges not meeting up appropriately. I think I didn't take into account that this center pillar was factored into the radius. So I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. But in other news, I've been grinding like mad for sea lanterns and other things. Well, really just sea lanterns. I plan on adding more to the circle up here, and then another triangle shape to these two sides here. Hopefully we've got enough sea lanterns for it. We'll find out. We shall find out. Looks pretty good though, doesn't it? Hey, Obotify, sea lantern flex. Holy shit, cat, what are you doing? Get over here. What are you playing with? Come here. She's crawling on my bed. There's a laptop by my bed that she's messing with. I have no clue what she thinks she's doing. Hear this scuffle sound over my left, and I'm like, what in the hell? Anyway. Yeah. She's a good girl. When she wants to be. Yeah, she wants some pet, and I pet her. Now then. Okay. So, kitty cat aside. Let's see here. Each side is 58, according to my little template here. 58 including the center point, so it's actually 57. So it's 57 on each arm here, except it's actually 56 because the last block will be a sea lantern. So yeah. Jack, how'd I got 12k so fast? Well, I don't know. It hadn't been that fast. It's been a year since I sort of blew up with Salcy 1's help. It's been pretty good, honestly, though. All things considered. I've been quite busy with Space Valk 3, and I started Hardcore, and No Life will hopefully be concluding Saturday. Just so much stuff. Like, I've been very busy, but, like, it's been good, you know? I don't know how to easily describe it. It's been a journey. It really has. Oh, man, where do we even go from here? I know. At some point, I'm gonna have to, oh, fucking hell, cat. At some point, I'm gonna have to, make video digests of a lot of my streams, just to give people a sort of a quick and dirty what to expect kind of thing. I don't know. Do I like vodka? No, I do not like alcohol. Any kind of alcohol, I'm not a fan. Oh, shut up, cat. She whined to come in. Now she wants out. She cannot keep her mind, or make her mind up. She's had her fill of food for the day. Oh, but anyway. Whatever. Let's try to ignore her. Now then. Hell, get in my lap. Be quiet. Now. Whew. There we go. You guys hear? Haley is attention... What? Ellie is an attention whore. Yes. It's Ellie, not Haley. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway. Be a good girl. Be quiet. Be quiet. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'll just continue on with questions for the time being. This one's a weird one. Why do I hate Sato 86? I don't. Who thought I hated Sato 86? I don't genuinely don't understand that. That's a very sort of passive aggressive yet strange question to ask. Not quite sure what to think on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who thought that, but that ain't the truth. Give the cat attention. I'm trying, but like she's not cooperating. Also, I'm kind of in the middle of this. I can't just stop. Wish I could, but like she's just she doesn't know what she wants. That's really what it boils down to. She won't play with toys. So she just kind of like mulls around and she won't figure out anything. Like she's just so needy for no reason. There we go. Hop down. Run off. Go play somewhere. Well, she won't. She'll just beg to go out. So yeah, there's not much I can do about her, really. Got a lot of this garbage stuff now. See what I mean? She's just gonna start begging. Now then. Okay, so from right here. Just go up like this. Think that'll clear me of this section down here. I don't know. The way the bombers exploded everything wasn't exactly uniform. Oh man, the bombers. That feels like so long ago now, doesn't it? Hold on, I'm gonna let her out of my room. There, I had to kick her out. She just would not lay still. Anyway, do I still build on 2B2T? What am I building right now? Well, right now I'm building a tower in hardcore. 2B2T was only on the test server. Something I was trying to do, but then the test server went down. So it doesn't matter anymore. If we do or don't get more test server, I maybe. I did plan on doing something on the test server itself. It just never really panned out. I didn't get out far enough where I wanted to be. I doubt I would have been able to lay down too many preparations. Would have loved to, but test server for 1.18 just did not last. And fuck main 2B2T. I'm not touching that place with a 10-foot rod. It just isn't worth anyone's time to play there anymore. But in other news, who was that? Was it Universalists or was it someone else? I think it was Obotify. They linked me a Twitter thread of someone working on a new Thaumcraft version. And so I'm looking forward to that heavily. We'll see how that goes, but this should be pretty cool. I mean, I loved Thaumcraft back in the day. Damn it! Bring the cat back? Hell no. She's gonna cause problems. Hey, Stone Cold Killer. She's just gonna whine. Like she doesn't know what she wants. Like seriously, I get tired of hearing her. That siren-like meow is just like too much sometimes, because it's never ending. Unless she's stuffing her face, it's never ending, or she's asleep. She's nicer in the mornings when she's, like, not yet hungry, but, like, kind of sleepy, but not really. You love cats? I do, too. I just wish she'd be better behaved, honestly. Just is what it is for now. You did not. Okay, it had to have been someone else then. I don't remember who linked me. She wants pets? No, she didn't want pets. She was in my lap for like 5 minutes, and then she decided of her own volition she wanted to out. Oh. Ah, Rampeshi? Hope I said your name. Hope I said your name right. Thank you for subscribing. But yes, the, anyway, cat aside. Everything else is going well. This is just kind of how the process is. I know this isn't the most riveting thing in the world, but like, this is how good bases are made. It's, you know, the Grand Canyon didn't show up overnight. Like, it took millions of years for the beauty of the Grand Canyon to come forth. It takes hundreds of hours for a base like Space Valk 3, Space Valk whatever. This tower base that I'm going to make here. Like, it's going to take hundreds of hours to really get it all looking good. So, like, just is what it is. Gotta be patient. You did not update. No, it wasn't you, I know now. It was someone else. I built some insane stuff, though, and you and your building team were working on an insane base for a few years now and still didn't get griefed or found. Okay. Well, I was found through the no-comms exploit. And then a bunch of idiot fanboys, I guess, of some Turkish streamer got very, very, very lucky and found the second place that I was building at. So it was really just bad luck. But, like, that's how it is, you know? It's a matter of being both careful and lucky, and maybe even having the right connections to avoid people knowing to even go looking for you. Because, like, if they don't know you exist, or they don't know where to start looking for you, then they can't really make too much in the way of progress on trying to get you, trying to grief you, and so on. Okay. I think that works. I don't know. Not to be insensitive, but why don't I like 2B2T? It's boring. It's the same update for years and years and years. Spending, what, $1,200 a year to play the server is outrageous. And there's nothing to be gained from it because it's been exploited and botted to hell and back. The problem with staying on the same version over and over and over and over is that exploits and weaknesses don't get patched out anymore. And so new problems may be dealt with in the later versions, but older versions, no. Like, nobody's developing for 1.12.2 anymore. And so you can't really afford to stay on an old, outdated version like this. I mean, you can try, but, you know, it just shows what happens when you do that. It's a very bad idea. So I don't like what it's doing, basically. And the price is just, no thank you. I would really rather not fund House's cocaine addiction any further. I am free to play from now on. What if it took a few weeks? What, to build this base? Huh. It probably would only take a few weeks if I had, like, creative mode and world edit. Maybe. That depends on what I want to do with it. I haven't even really fully envisioned what I want to do with this place. Like, I've just got a very rough outline and design in my mind. But, like, there's no telling what decisions I have yet to make on this place that I will make in the course of building it, you know? Like, there's so much that I just do on the fly. I don't think about it. I look at something and go, oh, I want to do that. And then I do it. I give it no more thought than that. And it's worked out so far. So why not? Wait, is that learning it? What? Start learning Japanese and have memorized about a third of the hiragana. Oh, wow. Well, Aegeans, I hate to tell you this, but hiragana is child's play. You have a very, very, very long, arduous path ahead of you. If you intend to study anything East Asian, let alone Japanese. Oh my god. Good luck, though. You know, don't give up and all that, but like, fuck, dude. Just, fuck, dude. Holy shit. Fuck, dude. Enjoy. You have you have to have a cast iron will, basically, to want to learn as much Japanese as you can. Oh, wait. Ho, 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 ho. Mr. Creeper. Piss off. I want the creeper. See, I need gunpowder to fuel my addiction to flight. Therefore, I'm gonna have to go and hunt some creepers every now and then. Wow, you're fast. But I'm better. These zombies, holy shit. Bruh. Oh god, one of them has thorns on his armor. God, they hit hard now. Maybe I'm just so used to being in full armor with no elytra on. There we go. Phew. Now then. Oh. Another one. I need to specifically get gunpowder. Don't seem to be many creepers, though. There we go. Because otherwise I have no means of easy flight. Now then, where was I? Let's see here. Suicide bombers, yeah. Oh, hey, Beth here. It's going pretty good, I'd say. Ooh, I might get jumped from up there. Gotta worry about that. This glare from the light does not do me any favors. Okay. I think we'll be alright. I should be sufficiently okay. I don't think any mobs can reach me. Watch me be proven wrong, of course. Oh, hey, Smart African, how are you? At Jake the Snake 52. Is he here? Oh, wow, Jake the Snake himself is here. Wow. You've been 3 months clean of 2B2T. Well. Consider yourself lucky, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully the idiots there will leave you alone. I don't know if they are still bothering you or not. I haven't heard very many pleasant things about you, Jake. Not gonna lie. It doesn't look good for you. You're probably better off just, like, hiding yourself from the internet forever. Or at least for the next 5 to 10 years. Hard to say which. But anyway, not going to touch on that any longer. You're very much aware you can't wait for kanji. Oh, man. It's not kanji you got to worry about. I used to think it was, but it ain't. It ain't the kanji. Kanji's surprisingly easy once you know how to handle it. Once you know the orders and a bunch of other, you know, rules and such. Learning the kanji is not the hard part. It's how to properly make use of grammar and intonation. That's the part that will kick your ass. Okay. Problem is, at this height, I cannot tell what section down there. I'm trying to mimic it. Make it coordinate with this. I think it's this. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna, like, meet up there in the middle. Somehow. Get rid of this tough as well. Tough is such a garbage block. I wish they hadn't created it. Or at the very least, I wish they'd given it a better use. Something. Okay. Gotta use the trusty water. Okay, so this should be 3. Nope, it's 2. Shite. Okay, so I gotta move that. There we go. Okay, so that's fixed over a sea lantern. All right. You stopped playing 2BTT after waiting 3 hours in priority queue over the summer just to play for 1 hour. Oh, I know. It's absolutely terrible. Am I left-handed? No, I just used the left hand because it, back in the day, it made objects and things I was holding in my hand not obscure where I was looking. They've since kind of fixed that, so it's really not an issue anymore, but I'm just so used to using my left hand in Minecraft, I just don't think about it. And I've never bothered to change it back, and now it looks unnatural to me to not have my blocks in my left hand. Whatever tool I'm using or thing I'm doing. It's very strange. It must seem very strange to other people to have it be, you know, in the left hand as versus the right, yeah. Infinity Incursion, oh, well. I'm sure their disbanding is not like the end of the world or anything. I honestly don't even know what those groups accomplished. And this was back when I was playing 2B2T, so who the hell knows anymore. Okay, so that's a 2 blocker. So that looks to be 3. So it's either 2 or it's a 3. It's hard to tell sometimes. I use the water as a sort of level indicator to see if I'm aligned properly over where I'm trying to build. So if the centermost block is on the edge of this sea lantern, I know I'm good. Basically. You do wonder what happened to James Russell. He was a 2B2T YouTuber on Constantium. Does he not play Constantium any longer? I haven't been on Constantium, so I can't really, like, speak about their politics or what the fuck is going on there. Like, I know the nerds play Constantium. I know they've probably ruined Constantium. Another big reason why I don't bother playing there. Because a lot of people are like, well, you know, why don't you just play Constantium? It's like 2B2T. Yeah, it's also like the worst parts of 2B2T. Because it's where all the people went after the nerds ruined the first time they ruined 2B2T. That's where they all went, was there. So, like, yeah, why would I, you know? Why would anyone? You couldn't pay me enough to play Constantium. And I just got word from a friend last night who, for whatever reason, does still play Constantium, that people like Ormonger still go on tirades and stuff. And I'm just like, holy shit, this dude still fucking rages. Like, it's silly at this point. I don't know. You remember Infinity Incursion knowing it was going to be a ton of fun, and then Etika passed away. Oh, yeah. Well, Etika was a monster of his own make. I do remember the Etika situation. Very sad, but like proof that getting help when you're in trouble mentally is just paramount, you know? Etika is just living proof, or not living, but whoopsie, slip of the tongue there. Etika is just a good life lesson to learn, you know, don't reach out for help when you need it, basically. Okay. So is this centered over that sea lantern like I think it is? Jack, have I considered playing ECME? Universum plays it. What is ECME? ECME. You could speak up about James if you like. Yeah, I don't mind. I haven't talked to James in years. I actually wouldn't mind knowing how him and the other Asgardians are doing. They were all pretty cool people, honestly. Hopefully they're all dealing with, I don't know, the nerds or whoever on Constantium. I mean, I guess they don't really have a choice, do they? James went inactive about 2 years ago and largely just posts on Discord. Ah, I see. Imagine if iShowSpeed decided to play 2B2T, it would be a disaster. I mean, it would be no different than every other major YouTuber going, oh, well, imagine if Jake Paul played 2B2T. Like, would it really change anything? Would it really matter? Like, who the fuck cares at this point, you know? 2B2T is not worth worrying over any longer. The test server was an exception because it was more like old school 2B2T than anything in the past 4 years, pretty much. And yeah, like, that's saying something, you know? Now then. Okay. Second triangle came together pretty well, I'd say. Let's see. Here's the real test. Does the top meet at the same? No, it does not meet at the same Y level. Oh yeah, of course it wouldn't, because these are equilateral triangles on the sides, but the base is a scalene triangle, and so each one is going to basically have a different height. Okay, never mind. I think I tried to make it an isosceles triangle initially, but it didn't end up panning out. So I just said screw it and made it a scalene triangle, if memory serves. Okay, next. Let's put some water up there as a means of going up and down. Although, actually, I think I'll put it up there instead. Okay. Now then. So, to make a circle, because this is going to be another ring here. And how many? It's only, what, 13 stacks? That might be enough to finish this last side. So I'm going to hold off on making the ring out of sea lanterns like I initially planned. So we shall just... and by the way, for anyone wondering, I try to do this at least once a stream now that I'm referring to it. Let me make sure I got it on the right thing. Okay, paint. There we are. Okay, so this is the main document for those of you wondering how and what I'm building in hardcore. This is what I will be using. So these are the 3 rings that I'm building on each level. Let me swap back over real quick. So I'm building it on each level, 1 down there, which I've already got completed, 1 on this middle level, 1 up above us a little bit higher, and then a 4th at the very, very top. And I'm going to have the scaffold be quick way between them. And then... So yeah. Basically in survival mode, this is about the only way... It's a very down and dirty method, but this is about the only way you're going to make a competent looking circle. So this is 15 blocks long. This area I'm standing on right now. So right here, this will be 15, so 7 blocks that way, 7 blocks that way. So basically that's how you do it. And then you put the exact amount you're going to use on either end. 7 to there. 7 to here. And hopefully all the measurements add up. Because if not, you have problems. And you have to go back and basically recount. And it helps to do each side simultaneously. Just so that everything adds up in the middle. Love to tell the whole story about what happened to James and friends, but out of respect for La Rosa, you will have to tell me over Discord. Okay. Is that bad? Really? That's unfortunate to hear, but like, I guess I understand. Oh well. I guess it can't be helped then. Oh, whoops. Shit. I needed that. Where did my little cobble go? So yeah, this is the basemost level of the tower that I've got built up right now. It's not bad looking. I'm going for a very the Citadel from Half-Life 2 sort of feel. It currently goes from about, what is this, bedrock at -59. It goes all the way up to 319. So it's about the maximum size you could build, basically. I bombed out everything using TNT dupers to get the hole. For those of you who missed the many episodes by which I did that. Also, I don't like how it goes pitch black when you go down below a certain Y level. I don't think it should do that. Okay. Well, I couldn't find where it fell, but well. It's not bad at all. You'll understand when I talk to you about it. Okay. Glad to hear it's not bad then. Shooted him over real quick for okay. Let me look at that then. Well, I'm sorry to hear it was griefed. But still, that's a pretty wicked way they did it too. Jeez. Well, hey, you know, that happens. I've suffered quite a bit at the hands of people like that, so, you know. It is what it is. Okay, so this next section is 5 blocks long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sadly, at nighttime, it just gets a little bit too dark to be able to effectively see. You know, I'm actually curious. Does now brightness is set to bright. Does Moody? Oh, okay. So the brightness being on Moody or bright has no difference on the shaders whatsoever. BSL just does what it wants to do. Ah, well. However, have I ever spelt or with letters in Super Mario Odyssey? I have no idea what the fuck that's even supposed to mean. Who was Talo112? Taylor, what was his name? Daniel Taylor, I think, was basically a member of the Tyranny, or what would become Nerds Inc. He was like bipolar, I think. He was an unhinged motherfucker, from what I understand. Nobody understood or really trusted Talo. He's basically the reason both the Lands and Space Valk 1 were griefed. And he had, like, no moral compunction whatsoever. 4, 5. He didn't really care about anything in-game. And, like, I think he was a Java whiz or a genius of some kind. Like, he had his ways of figuring shit out in Java. But, like, he was such a callous person. It wasn't worth it hanging out with him. I ended up basing with him in 2014. And I didn't know any better at the time. I want to say I bridged out in the end in 2014. This was sort of like a precursor to Space Valk Base. And I bridged out, made my little platform where I was gathering things, gathered some mobs and stuff there. And the next thing I know, I see him just riding down the minecart track, and I'm like, oh shit. Who are you? And he's like, it's all right, bro, don't worry about it. And I think it was because that was a temp map in 2014 that he didn't care. And so he didn't really go all psycho nutso crazy. 3, 4, 5. But like he could have. When I made Space Valkyria in the following year in 2015, and I asked Pyrobite and Tristan back when I was on good terms with Tristan and Pyro was still around. I asked them, you know, Talo wants to be invited. Is that okay? And they both went like, no, like Talo is nuts. Don't do it. And I'm like, oh dear. And he didn't take that terribly kindly. So yeah, Talo was not a pleasant fellow when you're not on his good side. Okay, so 4. It was really something. I'm really glad I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, cool. So yeah, that's all who Talo was, basically. Remind me and I'll talk to you. You got a whole history from 2016 to the present of what's been happening on Constantium. Okay, cool. I have to change shaders in the shader setting. I've never messed with the shader settings. I'm kind of... Should I? Normal map, specular map. Special reflection effects. Okay. Normal maps can be used by the shader pack to simulate 3D geometry on a flat model surface. Interesting. Old hand light. Old lighting. Anti-aliases lines and edges. Uh-huh. I don't really notice a difference, honestly. Like, it's just as smooth as it was before, so I guess that's all that matters. I don't know. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Now then, who is Puff? Just some dude in the Discord. I'm not gonna elaborate on members of the Discord. Like, they're just asking about themselves, basically. Thoughts on KFC? Very greasy chicken. I routinely go to a chicken store that's sort of like a rival chain. It's called Popeyes. I find Popeyes to have a better quality of food. KFC is just greasy. It used to be really good from what I understand, but like a long time before I was even born, KFC's food quality dropped terribly. And my parents are old enough to have remembered and have visited a KFC when it was at its peak, when it was really genuinely good and like handmade quality food and just all that. And it's now like nothing like what it was. I've heard nothing but bad stories about how KFC had declined terribly. And I really don't think KFC is going to get any better, like, ever. Very sad, really. It's okay as, like, a stopgap measure if I'm, like, really hankering for fried chicken or some shit, and I'm in an area where there's just nothing but a KFC, and I don't have any options. But, like, most of the time where I live, even though the Popeyes in the town I live in is literally halfway across the city, I'll still go there. Because it's preferential. It's just so much better. The chicken's higher quality. The service is a little lackluster, I'll admit. But, like, KFC is just not as good. And why settle, you know? KFC has a long road ahead of it if it ever wishes to improve. And I don't think it wishes to improve. But that's just me. So anyway, so this next length is 3. And I'm just, I'm not showing it, although I do have my window capture enabled. I'm not showing it, but I'm going by what the little graphic that I made. I'm going by that to measure out my lengths. That's the beauty of using a program like Paint to keep track of your progress, because like each pixel is one block basically, and so you can color code and change each pixel very, very easily and just have total control over what you're doing and where you are in the process. So again, if you want to make a proper circle in Minecraft and like not have your build look like shit, you have to be very, very diligent with how you keep track of where you are and what you're doing. And the giant rings that everybody noticed in Space Valk 3. That's how I kept track of all that, was a document in MS Paint. And it looks really pretty. I ought to show it to you. I've, you know, the opening screen that I made, like this opening screen, let me just swap to it real fast. This opening screen and my ending screen, like that spinning thing right there is that MS Paint document that I changed and morphed in GIMP, and then I just made a bunch of frames out of it and turned it into a moving video. And that's how I did that. And like it works really well. And so yeah, like it pays to be able to keep track of what you're doing in Minecraft using something very, very, very detailed like MS Paint. Is just MS Paint is really great for it because it's very lightweight. Takes no time to open. It doesn't eat up a lot of resources. Because like GIMP and Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint will. But basically like MS Paint is just open, one and done, just here, there, bada bing, bada boom. It just gets you where you need to be. No muss, no fuss. But like, the effectiveness of a program like that will only be as good as you are. So if you're diligent about it, then you don't have to worry. But if you're lazy or if you half-ass it, you will come up short. And that isn't always fun. Let's see here. Hey, Oxel? Hope I said that right. How have I stayed alive in hardcore? No comment. Apart from little times here or there where I fucked up, like, I have made backups and I've had to load from said backups. But, like, other than that, how I've managed to do it is just, like, keeping my head on me. Keeping a totem on me, you know. Just very, very shrewd techniques. Like, not being stupid. Ooh, favorite anime. Oh, I've talked about that one a lot. Currently, it's, like, my all-time would be Cowboy Bebop. There's a soft spot for Monogatari. But, like, currently, I'm only really going to talk about current airing anime. There's this one really stupid isekai that's airing. And it's obviously garbage, but it knows it's garbage. And it's not even really trying to be anything other than garbage. But it's like fun garbage, you know? It's a lot like how Konosuba was somewhat self-aware. And it's the reincarnated in another world, but you became a knockout something or another. Like, he's a salaryman, but he ended up being a pretty girl who ends up having this really powerful charm ability because he's like blessed by this goddess and he's supposed to defeat this demon lord, and his best friend is like an absolute machine of a man. Like, he's seriously super serious. It's so stupid, you have to watch it, but it's like fun. It has a way of being interesting. I believe it was a manga first. I don't know. Fun stuff, though. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's really all anime-wise that I care to talk about. Just because I know that's, for some stupid reason, a turn-off for some people. There are just so many anime haters these days. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, okay, there's bad stuff out there, sure, but, like, don't judge the whole by a handful of stinkers, you know? Very silly. Sounds like a fun watch. Yeah, it is a fun watch, definitely. Jack is so good that even survival makes the... Yeah, even in survival, I was making that guardian farm. That's how that happened. Right. Okay, so 3 sets of 2. Ooh, thoughts on McDonald's. Ooh. McDonald's is in kind of a similar boat to KFC. They were really good once upon a time. They dipped in quality, and then they kind of came back up. And then they got rid of a selection of menu that was really good that they should not have gotten rid of. And it just kind of like... Their fries are still the only decent thing about them. And like... It's sort of like with Burger King. How there's only really one decent thing on their menu. For Burger King, it's the chicken chicken fries. And for McDonald's, it was their chicken selects, which were really high quality chicken tenders. And then they got rid of it. And it was like, well, what the fuck is the point? And so, yeah, I don't go to McDonald's. Theirs is extraordinarily cheap and garbage tier fast food. their burgers aren't even worth anything. Like, Hardee's has them beaten. Carl's Jr. Hardee's has them beaten in the burger department. If I wanted a crappy burger, I'd go there, not, you know, wherever. Or Five Guys, even. Five Guys is like a jillion times better, and they've actually got good food. So, like, what's the point, you know? I just don't feel like a lot of the burger joints get it. Or fast food really in general. They just don't, they don't understand what made them good in the first place. That's really a sad thing. And like, when you lose sight of your origin, or you lose sight of what made you semi-decent in the first place, like, that's a sad state to be in. It really is. It takes really serious management to, like, get you out of a hole that deep. And then it came to light recently that McDonald's was intentionally sabotaging their ice cream machines as part of a literal racket with whatever the repair machine company, just so that they could intentionally have to send more technicians out and thus charge more hours. Like, it was nuts. And so, like, that really kind of just kills all faith that you might have had that a company or that a product or that in this case, a restaurant, is going to stay good or stay true to its fan base. Like, no. When they're very obviously bilking people for money like that, be it the franchise owner or the customer or whoever, like, that's a money laundering scheme at the end of the day. Like, it's a very, very, very gray area, but it's still a money laundering scheme. Like, it's highway robbery. When you get down to that kind of business practice, you know the business itself is, like, almost too far gone. Really a shame. Just absolutely really a shame. And, like, it's not just a shame in the sense like, oh gosh, if only things had been better. No, like, it's actually actively shameful business practices like that just destroy customer faith. And yeah, like, burn in hell. Burn in hell, McDonald's. You guys suck. And at least for now, we've not seen Burger King or Hardee's or, I don't know, whoever else indulge in shit like that. Wendy's. For whatever reason, Wendy's continues to be the paragon of the fast food world. I don't know what it is with Wendy's, but, like, Wendy's, White Castle, Five Guys, and I guess Whataburger, though I've not been to Whataburger before. I don't think they're everywhere. Rowley's is pretty alright. Like, they seem to have their head on their shoulders. They know what the hell they're trying to do, and they know how to do it. And it's that kind of guidance and stick-to-itiveness you need in any business, really. Not even just fast food. And, like, these fuckers don't have it. McDonald's doesn't have it anymore. They've lost sight of what it is. They don't care. Their name is what's keeping them going. Really a shame. You've had a soft spot for Trigun, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, and Initial D are like the trifecta that a lot of people point to. Outlaw Star and Slayers were also really good. Barely anyone talks about Slayers or Outlaw Star anymore. Shame. What an absolute travesty. I feel like those are really high quality, stupid, but like fun, stupid, but like also kind of cool, stupid anime from way back in the 90s. Like with Slayers, you have a genuinely well-written, fun female protagonist, and you almost never get that. And I'm happy that that's a thing. And so, yeah, I don't know. we are very much from like the late 2000s until now, just media in general, really things in general, have just been in a decline, a very slow decline all across the board. Music, movies, various mixed media, services, goods, people. Like, it's just been a general downward slope ever since. And I don't know what the deal is. Like, what started this? When did it get this bad, you know? How do we stop it? That's another thing. Like, put the brakes on the shit train. Can we? Is that even possible? Really makes you think. I can only hope we experience a golden age like the 90s again, or the 80s and 90s. Like, is that even an achievable thing anymore? Akira is pretty good. I don't know. Actually, Akira is not that great. The animation in Akira is amazing, but like, the plot is all over the fucking place, and it does not follow the manga in any meaningful way. Oh, poop. I failed. I think it's time I go and rest in my beddy. Did I play a hardcore world previously? I do have a hardcore world from like 2 years ago, but I never really showed it off, and I never got invested time-wise in like making things in it. I got gear up, and that was it. I never bothered farming items. I never bothered getting supplies or setting up even really much of a permanent base. No, honestly, I never really bothered. I think it's because that world... I still have it. I think it's just because that world was like... It felt so empty to me. I was striving for the challenge of just making something that I could survive in. And then I did. And then once I finished surviving, you know, I got in good gear, I made a villager place, I figured the ins and outs of the newer versions. Because I started playing this this survival hardcore world in 2020, I want to say. Like right after the Turks found me in 2020. And so there was never really a reason to like do anything in that world beyond just survive. And once I felt I had done enough that I would not die, that world lost almost every bit of fun that it could have had. Now, I'll admit, if I had just started, like, recording in that world or streaming in that world, it might be a different story. Maybe I should have, who knows. But at least for now, I'm doing all right. I might visit that world again at some point in the far future. Who knows? It's not really important. Ow. You can't convert worlds to the experimental snapshots. No, you can't. But what about them? What anime do I think are overrated? Ooh, gosh, I've loved pretty much everything I've watched. There are some bad things out there that I've watched that are just kind of like garbage, but they were obviously garbage. Nobody overrated them or underrated them. They were just obviously not good, and that was the end of it. As for things that I think are overrated, I'd have to actually see it. I don't know. I haven't really thought of anything. Have I updated to 1.19 experimental snapshots? No, I haven't. Are there experimental snapshots for 1.19? I only remember the 1.18 stuff. I haven't heard tell of any experimental snapshots for 1.19. And I don't know that I would, because I would be cut off from world edit. So at best, I could turn hardcore into a 1.19 snapshot world, which I will likely do when they become officially snapshot stuff, but like not until then, basically. The only reason I jumped the gun with the 1.18 snapshots is because the experimental snapshots for 1.18 changed the way the world generated and added in the extra biomes that we didn't get in 1.17, and it made the world height increase. And so I was like, oh yeah, that's everything I could want and then some. That's really like the heart and soul of the update. Give it to me now. And so I did, and it was great. Totally worth it. Like, the experimental snapshots, I didn't have a hiccup or any problems at all. They changed a bunch of the generation parameters, but like it was all right. No big deal, really. I need to switch my chat to all chat. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Elaborate further, Milo. What do you mean all chat? Like, I'm reading off of a questions document that I have from time to time, but I'm also trying to interact with you guys. Oh, new snapshot came out today. Okay, I haven't looked into it. I'll have to give that one a gander. Overrated ASF. Sword Art Online. Yeah, I've heard nothing but bad things about that. But I've also never watched it, so I don't give a shit. Okay, did I follow the path? Okay. I feel like I missed some chat. Yeah, I do. I mean, that's nothing I can help. Like, I'm focusing on what I'm doing. I'm reading from the document. I'm rattling off my thoughts. I'm building. Like, yeah, I'm gonna miss chat. That's just a given. There's nothing I can do about that. I will on occasion look back up. Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A is great. Fuck. I should have mentioned Chick-fil-A. But, you know. Sorry if I miss whatever someone says in chat. Like, again, it's unavoidable. You're just gonna have to, like, deal with it. I will try my best to keep up and go back on occasion. But only on occasion. Because I'm also trying to piece together my own thoughts on things. Ooh, an Endermite. Haven't seen one of those in a while. But yes, so I think that's pretty well enough fast food talk for one day. Have I gotten every purple coin in Super Mario Odyssey? I've never touched Super Mario Odyssey, so no. Who changed my nickname? I think that's a Discord question. Ever played Animal Crossing? Nope. And I don't intend to. Because I play Minecraft. I have enough time sink stuff on my hands. I don't need to play another time sink game. Like, holy shit. There are so many games to just pour effort, time, and money into as it stands. I really don't need to do another one on top of the 3 or 4 that I already invest in. There's Master Duel. There's Minecraft. There's drawing, which is not a game, but is also a time sink. There's video editing, which again is not drawing or is not gaming, but is also a time sink. You get the idea. Like, I've got enough irons in the fire. I would really rather not throw collecting crap, the game, into the mix. Just not. My brother plays Animal Crossing, and holy shit, he is so addicted. And I don't blame him. I know I would get addicted too. That's the thing. Like, that's like saying, oh, well, why don't you smoke meth? Because I know I'll get addicted. I've seen what it does to people. No, thank you. I'm sure if that's your thing, go right ahead. But, like, it ain't my thing. So, yeah. Maybe someday. When I have literally nothing better to do. But until that day comes, if that day comes, we will cross that bridge if and when we come to it. Okay, 1, 2. Yay, it added up. Woohoo, the edges matched. All the calculations were correct. Keikaku Dori. All according to the Keikaku. Yesterday, you rewatched the first season of Arifureta just because season 2 is currently releasing and didn't remember exactly what it was about. Anyone seen it? Any thoughts? I've seen clips of it. I don't really have an opinion on it. It looks like a generic shonen isekai power trip fulfillment fantasy anime, of which there are about another 3,000 just like it. I mean, I guess, like, there's always going to be a market for that. There's always going to be a demographic that'll appeal to. Yeah. Wish fulfillment power trip fantasy stories have existed since time immemorial. What do you think the Lord of the Rings is? It's just not power fulfillment. It's wish fulfillment in the same sense as doing the righteous good deed of saving the world. Like, wish fulfillment is such a broad category. So many different stories fall into it. It ultimately doesn't really matter. It's not bad. Just that it's common. Oh, so very common. So, like, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So that's the middle ring, or the medium-sized ring. So now we're going for the big bad ring, which I don't actually know is how many blocks away. 73, including the centermost pillar. Okay, so we got 3 plus 53, so that's 56. So let's see if we can bridge back. Tried Genshin Impact. Same shit. Another time sink money sink that I cannot afford, nor do I wish to throw the money and time and effort into doing. Okay, so that's from the center. So this is the centermost point, so it's 70, what? 73, including the center, so this should be 72. And so we had, what, 56? So that's 56. Oh, that's gonna clip into that wall. Shit. Okay, so we got 56, 64, 72. That is correct. Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, maybe some of the ring eating into the land side. Maybe that'll be a cool feature. We'll, work that into the overall design. Oh, wait, maybe not. Never mind. Okay, yeah, actually, if I put the ring to the full thickness that I planned, it will just barely touch the side of the cliff here. So that works. Okay. So that's the edge, I believe. Do not fire at me, Mr. Skeleton. Owie. Okay. So just to be safe, I'm gonna have to do some math just to be sure I got it right. 1206, 1207. Okay, so 1207 minus, what's the z coordinate of this over here? So this should add up to 70, what is it, 4? 73. My bad. So 1136. 71. Okay. Plus the center, so that actually I'm off by 1. I think. Oh god, now I'm getting paranoid. I've gotta count it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, including the pillar. So it's supposed to be 73, including the pillar. So this is actually 1 off. That's right, because when I subtract the coordinates are inclusive. So this needs to be... Okay. There we go. That explains why I was all wrong. Where did that sea lantern go? Oh, that's where it is. Fuck. Let's try that again. I love that the lighting makes it to where you can immediately tell where something like a sea lantern or a torch is. And also there was an Enderman up here that I wanted to kill. At least I think there was. No, actually, I think it's higher up. Bingo. Come to me. Got him. Thank you for the kind donation, Mr. Enderman. Okay. Now then. Gotta go up to 74. Okay, so this is 73, including the central pillar, so it's 72, so 71. Okay, so that's 1 full arm. There we go. Am I winning, Jack? Yes, I am winning. Games are too good nowadays. I don't know. Games are very... You can tell that there is a big push to make games because they sell and like to give them somewhat predatory monetization models. Gone are the days of really quality games that you would get in one installment, the whole thing, no troubles, no extra junk, none of that. That's really just not a thing anymore. And it's a shame. And I swear to God, that's like the 50th time I've said that this entire stream, but like, that is sadly the world that we live in. It is a world full of shames, shamefulness, shame people, and other things that should be but are not. Just wondering, what will I do after I eventually die in this world? Not die. And if it comes down to it, rewind time to where I don't die. Because I've already had to do that once. Because at this point, I put in so much effort, and I have this big bad ambition for this world. I'm not going to give up on it. So I make backups, and if I die, I lose one episode of progress, basically. Like, there's too much here now to just give up on. Artifureta is disgusting and boring and cringy. I guess. I don't know. I've never seen it. It was one of those anime that when it started airing and everybody started calling it this or that, I was just like, alright, whatever, dude. Load a backup. Universon's got it right, yeah. Universon was here probably for when that happened. Oh well. What are the worst qualities about me? Oh god, that's a good one. Fucking hell. I'm prone to being arrogant when I shouldn't be. I'm prone to having, like, I feel like I'm worth more than I really am. And so I constantly have to keep myself in check. I can go overboard very easily and like start deriding people, and yeah. It's a quality of myself that I've had to wake up to in my life, and I've had to be very proactive to like suppress it and not let it get the better of me. And not have it make people, you know, think less of me. And so, yeah, I have to be very, very, very careful to not, like, get too overly high on myself and shit like that. Hey, Nakul Chowdhury. How are you? So, yeah, it's something I can't really work on as much as I just have to be active in preventing. Because I don't think it'll ever go away. It's just part of me at this point. Anyway, best quality about me. God, I don't know. I've always found it hard to really, like, talk about myself because I know I will go overboard. So, like, when someone asks me what's so good about me or what is so good about me as a person, like, I don't know how to respond. Because, like, if I start going in depth about what's good about me, I'll go overboard. And I'll get all arrogant about myself, and it'll come off bad, basically. So I don't know. You decide for yourself what you find good about me. I don't really care to elaborate. Anyway, so this next section is 17 blocks long, so that's 8 and 8, plus 1 in the middle. Oh. And I do actually need an empty slot. So that would be 16 and 16 plus 1. Or 8 and 8 plus 1. So something like this. There we go. But definitely one of my best qualities that I actually know that people will actively praise me for will be, obviously, my building. My design sense. Apparently people really love what I do with building, so, you know, I do that. I throw blocks together and people like it. Kinda. You can use composter and no life for bone meal so I can get carrots. Good point. I've already read that comment, but I think it's gonna be a little too late. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a fight with someone very shortly. Because there's only 2 other people, and they are out for blood. So, like, I'm not going to have the chance or the time to just sit there and throw stuff into a composter. I just don't think that's going to be realistic. I'm likely to be dragged into a fight sooner rather than later. We'll see, though. Maybe. Maybe I'll have the chance, but, like, I'm missing more gold than I am carrots. And I need, like, backup food in no life. For when, if I die and I go down to my final life, I need something to, like, not starve. Because I still feel like I have all my eggs in one basket. In that I've got good armor and tools as backup, but I don't have good food as backup. And I've only got one notch apple, so... Yikes. So I don't know, we'll see. Me looking for maxed mod roll. Or maxed mod... Oh. Whatever. Hi, Durar. Not 100% certain what you mean, but yeah. So let's see here. What is my favorite totem? What, like the Totem of Undying? I mean, yeah, it would be the Totem of Undying, obviously. But also, I really like the idea of other totems. And it's a heavily underused feature in the game that could be really cool if done right. Like a totem of hunger, or a totem of water breathing, or maybe a totem of flight, totem of slow fall, a totem of anti-fall damage, a totem of speed. Like, there's so many different totem ideas. I'm really surprised they've not, like, better utilized the idea before. I'm not quite sure what you guys are talking about mod roll. I'm not handing out mods or rolls or anything of that nature. Please don't ask for mod, like, seriously. Anyway, so this next section is 6 blocks long. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But, yeah, I kind of wish totems were better utilized. They could be really cool. Like a totem of damage output. Or a totem of pain. You deal more damage with your strikes. Something like that. Can you get a download link to the shaders I use? They're just BSL shaders. Go look up BSL shaders. That's it. It's nothing so fancy. Very easy to get. Very, very straightforward. What is my opinion on the zombie games? What, like, 7 Days to Die and Project Zomboid and, what else? I guess they're cool. I'm not really into the survival horror, survival zombie shooter type game. I don't really have an opinion on them. Wish I could really give you a better answer, but, like, it just isn't something I care about. So I don't think about it. Yeah, I don't know. Have I tried complementary shaders? No, I've only ever tried these BSL shaders. What do complementary shaders bring to the table? Why should I consider them? What makes them complementary? Whoops. That's supposed to go there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Shaders have a really good end shader. Okay. I'll look into that at some point. Do I like this cleaning of NH on cloudanarchy.org? I have no idea what the fuck that's asking about. Do I have a GitHub profile? Yes, but I don't use it. So I don't have a favorite repository or any of that. Gradle versus Ant. I do not program. I don't know. Is Pop Bob funny? No, he was never funny. He was always a menace. Have I ever played 2B2T Pocket Edition? No. I've never touched the inferior version that is Pocket Edition. Oh, wait. Shit. That goes there. It never ceases to amaze me how many silly questions some people have asked. Have I ever beaten the letter E? What? What are you smoking? Whoever asked these questions, it's like, seriously, what the fuck? It would help if I had some context as to what they were asking about, but I think they were just making up stuff at that point. You used them when you griefed Universon. Ah, okay. Android Studio or Android IntelliJ plugin? I don't program, so I don't know. Favorite Java version? Do not program, don't know. I'm just going to ignore questions about programming because I can't answer them. Now then, have I ever been in a relationship? Yeah, when I was a young idiot kid in high school. I thought I could handle a relationship, but it turns out I couldn't because I was a young idiot kid. So, yeah, that ended very poorly. But hey, you know, live and learn. Anyway, so this next section is 4 blocks long. Have I ever had a crush on anyone? Oh, of course. Who hasn't? Plenty of girls that I've gone to school with all throughout. You know, ever since everybody in my age range started entering puberty, like, there were plenty of people talking about this or that person having a crush on so-and-so, this, you know, dating so-and-such and such. Like, that's pretty common, honestly. I don't remember a whole lot of it because all that was so long ago. 2, 3, 4. So, like, I couldn't tell you a whole lot about details. I kind of wish that I could go back to that simpler time, in all honesty. Don't know if it would make a difference in my life, but yeah. Who's to say? Ooh, favorite anime OST. Oh, that's a good one. My absolute favorite anime OST was the Scried OST. It's like really good jazz mixed with a nice orchestral sound to it. I still listen to the Scried and Cowboy Bebop OSTs to this day. Just because they had such good musical direction. Of course, Cowboy Bebop is legendary, but, you know. What do I think about the 1.19 PvP update? I thought it was the Wild update. Did they update PvP for 1.19? I don't know anything about it. If that's in the newest snapshot, I haven't had the chance to look at it yet. So I couldn't tell you. Steak or golden carrots? Golden carrots all the way. Golden carrots are just the most efficient food in the game. There's no point to steak because it doesn't refill as much. For the it refills more hunger bars, but the saturation, it's a saturation to hunger bar ratio. And golden carrots just beats it out. Yes, apparently they did. Okay. I will have to look into it. And also sleep, because I'm tired of this dreary darkness. Ooh, I really like looking at the world from up above here. What's my body count? Well, I've not killed anyone. I mean, I guess that's like a, I'm Jack the Ripper, therefore how many people have I killed? I don't know. Jack the Ripper historically had what, like 7? I want to say 7 victims? But me personally, I've never killed anyone, obviously. Wouldn't dare dream of it, I would get caught. Just wouldn't be worth it, you know? Oh, shit. I missed it. You just go for steak because you're always ending up with a cow farm for books. Yeah, that makes sense. You're going to have a lot of leather at one point or another. So it makes sense to just eat the food that you're producing. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you're not eating the steak you produce, then what's the point? It does feel a bit wasteful, even if it is technically an infinite resource game. So I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crab versus lobster. Ooh. Being a person who does not like seafood. Whoopsie. That was an accident. That was an accident. Don't worry about that. Being a person that does not like seafood. I can't really weigh in. Basically, all seafood and stuff of that nature is just like yucky tasting to me. I just don't like it. So I've never really thought about crab versus lobster. I hear lobster is a very sweet meat, but I've also heard that of crab, so I don't know. Like, if I ever do develop a taste for seafood or whatever, I might give it a try, but like, I don't really care. I have no intention of eating seafood right now, or ever, really. Seafood is just not something I think about. How tall am I? I'm 6 foot. How many times have I killed the infamous griefer Pop Bob? I've not directly killed him, but I have made him combat log, like, only once, I want to say. I got into a fight with him a bunch back in 1.5 when the minecart dupe was going on, because he would hang out at spawn a lot back then, and I was like, you know, we've got a dupe and I can just get infinite gear because of the dupe. Why not just go put Pop Bob in his place? And I ended up making him run away, and then he ended up combat logging, I want to say. And then he also made me run away and combat log once. And that was it. We were really kind of neck and neck. But it was ultimately meaningless because we both had infinite armor because of the dupe. And as it turns out, he had stacked armor and stacked ender pearls and a bunch of other bullshit like that. So he was really, 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 really stacked. In a way that we wouldn't really understand until a few months later. Really a shame. Like, I wish we'd known how powerful Pop Bob was. Maybe we could have done something about it sooner. Who knows? Because, see, he used to go to spawn and gloat about having stacked armor, because back in those days, the amount of armor you wore determined how well you would do in a fight. Like, the person who brought the most armor to the fight was going to win. 100%. And so stacked armor was 64 sets of armor, and there was just nothing anyone could do about that. There was no advantage you could have. Ender crystals didn't exist, at least not in a craftable manner. Beds, you weren't likely to fight anyone in the nether, so bed bombing was not really a thing. Respawn anchors were not a thing. The protection enchantment was way too OP. And so there just wasn't an efficient means of killing someone other than sitting there and wailing on them. And that was it. Elytra flight using a bow, the bow exploit that currently is going around, that none of that existed. So there was no efficient, easy way of just killing someone. And so there was no means of making a fight last less time than an hour. Yes, PvP was an hour-long, heavily entrenched battle. But ultimately it just amounted to two players standing in one place wailing on each other until the other person gave up. And that was it. That was PvP. And for whatever reason, a bunch of us decided that was something we engaged in and that we enjoyed doing. But that ultimately it was such a waste of time that a bunch of us were like, no. It actually, funny enough, begot an era of peace. Because people were like, fuck spending an hour and a half to try and kill one person. Like, there was no point. 1v1s were always an hour or more. Easily. Easily an hour or more. Such a sad shit show. Yeah. Old PvP was terrible. I'm really kind of glad that the Crystal PvP meta emerged in the way that it did. God, just a bunch of silly questions on this text document that I have no way to answer. Why did I save half of these? Will I come to France? What do I think of your cat? Have I ever eaten crab? No. No, 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 and no. Anyway, something actually more, I don't know, along the lines of realistic. Have I ever met someone from 2B2T? I haven't, but I know people who have. Alpha Computer, funny enough, lives next to another person from 2B2T, who I'm not going to say. And neither of them knew that the other person existed, let alone how closely they lived to each other. And then they just started talking and found out they lived in the same state, and so they met up. That was it. It really isn't any more complicated than that. They were both had the same interests, both had the same sort of regional problems, because they live in the same state, and that's about it. There isn't a whole lot to say about it. Yeah. A lot of people have told you that 2B2T is not worth playing right now. They're right, it isn't. Due to no-com and lack of dupes, what are my thoughts? Well, I don't know about no-com, but if no-com is still live, yeah, no, 2B2T is definitely not worth it. But also that it's stuck on what? 1.12 still? Like, if it ever updates, maybe. But even then, like, the player base is going to have to thin out tremendously. And if 2B2T updates, it isn't going to thin out. It's going to bloat like crazy. Because everyone's going to want to play it on 1.18 or 1. Whatever. And then all the new exploits are going to be found, and it's just going to be a mess. So, I feel like 2B2T's best times are behind it. That's sad. No-com is horrible. So it's still going on, huh? fuck? That's deplorable. Here's hoping that shit is finally dead if this place ever goes somewhere. I'm sad the test server didn't stick around. I kind of wish the test server was an alternative, you know? You thought no comma's gone? If it updates to 1.14 plus, the map art community would become bigger. Yes. I really wouldn't mind the map art update. That's another poor, unfortunate thing that 2B2T has had to suffer through. It has no long-lasting map art economy or map art culture. What happened to the test server? It went down. It just inexplicably shut down. Stopped functioning. They took it off. Hey, someone else. How are you? Finally, someone I recognize. I'm alright today. I had to drive through some pretty hellish weather earlier. My area got sacked with storms like you wouldn't believe. It all pretty well blew by. But like it was pretty bad. Hey Roshi. Hey Moyu. How is everyone? When will the next short be up? Ooh. Yikes, I haven't done shorts in many months. I wonder why that is. Shorts stopped getting any real traction. And for the time investment that I was putting into them, and for the ideas that I had for them, to have, like, barely anyone care is just like, well, there's no point. Plus, the shorts algorithm doesn't really translate into, like, long-term numbers and views. And, like, nobody really cares about me streaming as it seems anyway. Because building is a not all that interesting process. Like, it just isn't. No matter how pretty I make it look, like, Minecraft building is not going to be a glamorous thing. Even if you end up seeing a Space Valk 3 at the end of it all, like, the sausage is made very slowly and very tediously. And that's just how it is. There isn't any big bad fancy, fast-paced, super awesome, engaging way of building in Minecraft. It's a very slow, methodical, diligent process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now we're getting to the longer parts of the circle. If you want to build anything, you have to do it block by block. And that's fine, but just know that it's a huge time investment. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So yeah, I try to make it as cool as I can, but like, it really is just this much running around, counting blocks, placing things, seeing everything look how it looks, hoping it turns out right, because sometimes there's just nothing you can do to make it turn out right. And yeah, that's it. What am I building? I'm building this giant tower thing. Well, oh my god. Crippling yawn. There's no easy way of explaining what it will look like. I've got an idea in my head that I'm sort of following, and I've got some sort of plan scrawled out in MS Paint. But like actually making it block by block, there's a lot of free room for me to just put whatever. And so I'm gonna, basically. 2, 3, 4, And 5. You're so glad to be part of my community. It's very enjoyable. Well, good. I mean, it's more a relaxation thing and less of a, oh my god, I'm the next dream. Like, no. This is all very much about watching glaciers carve out the Grand Canyon. That's it. Like, that's the best way to describe my building and, like, what will be done, you know? It's one thing at a time, one small step here or there, but that over time it adds up to something meaningful. And you just have to be aware of that, you know. Come back in like 6 months. Although I prefer you stick around, you know, long term, but like I understand if you don't have the attention span for that. Most people don't, myself included. If I'm doing it, that's one thing. But if I had to sit here and watch someone else build this tower, I would have dipped. I would be gone. I'd be fucking doing something else. I would rather do my own project or watch a bunch of videos or edit my own videos or create my own stuff or do my own draw. I'd rather have my own hands in the pot doing my own thing versus watching someone else do it. Same goes for like sports. I cannot stand sports. I do not give a shit about sports. Unless I'm the one doing it. If I was playing football, I don't have any interest in it. But if I was, I'd probably be at least passingly interested in how to do it right. And I would want to do it right. And I might even go as far as to start training and practicing to do it right, if I had that kind of interest. But I don't have the time to do that. But that said, like, I would much rather have my hand in the pie, making the pie, than be the person sitting there watching it be made. Sometimes. With some things. Some things, like, things that I'll literally never do. Like, watching a grandfather clock being assembled, or watching a factory pump out, I don't know, some processed something or another. I'll never have the chance to do any of that. That is a creative endeavor that I can never realistically have. Like, I'm never going to be in a factory. I'm never going to be designing product that IKEA puts out or what have you. And so watching, you know, some process that makes those things that I never could ever do, but might have an interest in, that's one thing. That's actually kind of a different sort of interest. But like, if I can do it in Minecraft, or if I can dream it or build it for myself, I would rather just do it for myself. 1. Okay. So I don't know, do other people feel that way, or do they all do you all feel like you would rather just watch me build on occasion and then just check back in every so often? Is that how it works? 4,000th person to ask if Jack will play 2BT. God, Chase, you deserve a prize. No. Now that the test server is gone, will I play 2B2T? No. I was only playing the test server because it was reminiscent of old 2B2T, where you could get in immediately, you had the world to yourself, chat was absolute garbage, and I loved it, and you could just do whatever. Oh, and there was like almost nobody online. That made it worthwhile. And it was recent. It was up to date. You know, 1.18.1. It was the perfect storm. I loved it. I really wish I had thought that it would stay that way, because I would have done shit in 1.16 and 1.17. But I was just not. I just wasn't thinking of it that way. So, now that it's gone, when it comes back, if it comes back, we'll see. If it doesn't, oh well. I didn't do anything of note on there anyway, so it's not like it mattered. So let's just not worry about it. I've chosen to not worry about it. I still check on it, like going, oh man, come back up, baby. Come back up, baby. I loved you. Come back, baby. And, yeah, no. Like a desperate boyfriend checking his cell phone every 5 minutes to see if his ex has left a text. Nope. Nah, I'm schizo and it's my base. What? No, I'm not buying priority queue ever. That is not a thing I will ever do again. And if you buy me priority queue, I will not use it. Your money will be wasted. Do not do it. I would much rather just play this, or build Space Valk, or participate in the odd-off competition, or whatever. Play the test server if it ever shows back up. Then touch 2B2T with a 10-foot pole. Because it's just not worth it. It is the absolute bottom of the barrel garbage now. Did I use TNT bombers? Yes, how did you know? Ain't it a beaut? Ain't it pretty? Seeing how deep the world is, that's sea level and that's like maximum depth. It's actually quite something. You forgot that your stash is actually 18 million out. For gore? No, I did not forget anything. Second of all, I don't have any stashes. Third of all, 18 million? Why in the fuck would I go that far out? Okay, where are we on the next? 212, okay. Ooh, Oh, damn it. Okay. I basically left 2B2T when I had nothing left on 2B2T. And like when the Turks found us, that was it. That was everything. And at that point, it just felt like there was no point in continuing. Not because I'd lost all that stuff, but because the same spiral would just continue without any meaningful resolution. Because we aren't ever going to update. The same dumb bullshit is always going to be possible. And it's always going to be perpetually full. So why bother? Everybody moved on. Some to less greener pastures. I figure, whatever, I'm better off on my own. So I just stopped worrying about it. That hole is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. Jack, join in crystal. No, thank you. Spawn proofing? I don't know that I want to spawn proof it. That's a lot of work, first of all, for like no returns. We'll see. I haven't made the mob grinder, which will obviously be way up there. If I do make a mob grinder and it turns out that, you know, like say in the dead center around in there or so, and it turns out that not having the area lit up and spawn proofed hurts the rates too much to where I can't ignore it, then yeah, maybe I'll probably spawn proof, but we'll see. I like the area being ruined and destroyed because it's reminiscent of the Citadel. Because the Citadel from Half-Life 2, if you remember, for those of you real Jack the Ripper fans who remember from way back in the summer when I played Black Mesa and Half-Life 2, if you remember what the Citadel looked like, it was perched in the middle of a gorge that was just absolutely devastated, like a TNT bomber had ripped through the place, or that they set off a series of charges, something like that. And to be fair, when they built the Citadel, that's very likely what they did. They very likely had to excavate a giant area just to get the dark energy reactor down in the core area where they had it. And I realize I'm overanalyzing a video game from 2005, but you get the idea. I should play Hypixel Skyblock. You should kill yourself. Ain't no way I am touching a Hypixel anything. And I am offended you would even say such a terrible thing. Ugh! No, but seriously, like, no, Hypixel's dumb. I'm not doing that. Hypixel is garbage. Like, it is the potato chips, the Lay's potato chips of Minecraft. No thank you. Plus, you can't build very tall in Skyblock on Hypixel. Like, your everything is extremely limited. Like, you think I could do this shit in Skyblock? Like, yeah, I could probably make something that would get me recognized, but there was a group of people who were making a replica of Space Valk 3 in Skyblock on Hypixel, and I was like, okay, you know, more power to you, have fun. And they were like, oh, we hit the build limit. We couldn't even do half of the central pillar, and I'm like, ha ha, you built it on Skyblock, serves you right. And yeah, like, it's what you get. What did you expect? .jpg. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know what they expected. Bro, no shot. I join at that moment. What the fuck? You join and here you should kill yourself. Like, why do you gotta do this to me? Sorry, UDC Colin. I was being hyperbolic. But no, seriously, like, Hypixel on Skyblock, or Hypixel Skyblock, would be such a downgrade, it hurts. That version is still 1.7, if I recall. It's even farther behind than 2B2T. And it's not even half as pretty. What would be the point? What, their crazy economy, their crazy plugins and all that? Like, I guess. But none of that is a draw to me. All of that is off-putting. Like, Hypixel Skyblock suffers from the same bloat that Minecraft mods from 2015 and 2016 suffered from. Progression bloat. You gotta craft 1 billion of this, to craft 1 billion of that, to craft 1 million of this, to craft 1 million of that, to craft 1,000 of this, to craft 1,000 of that, to craft 100 of this, to craft 100 of that, to craft 1 of this. And this one item is so OP, Zeus himself would suck your cock just to maybe spare the wrath of whatever. When in reality, 50 million other sweaty tryhards are doing the exact same thing. And it's like, what's the point? Please, somebody write down what the point is. Like, progression bloat is not fun. It's just a race to be the most tryhard. And that's it. I don't give a shit. I don't care to do that. That's such a rat race, it's not even funny. Like, why work in an office when you can grind on Skyblock Hypixel? Because at least an office job pays money. Skypixel Hyblock, or Skypixel Hyblock, fuck me, I'm tired. Hypixel Skyblock just saps you of your time and gives you digital items that you can't even really meaningfully convert into anything of value. At least my streams might someday earn me some monetization revenue. Maybe. And I'll have a really pretty, fun, single-player world that I can chill in. And a really cool building that people will look back on and go, holy shit, that's nice. Oh, wow, that's a Jack the Ripper. That's a build by Jack the Ripper. Wow, holy shit, I want to make that. But, like, if I did that on Skyblock, I wouldn't get half of that. I don't think. I don't know. Just my opinion. You said it's a time sink. Right, yeah, exactly. Skypixel Hyblock is yet another time sink. You have dinged the nail on the head, Universin. Anything that is a grind for the sake of the grind is generally not worth it. At least Genshin Impact has a good, well, from what I understand, a good story behind it. Kind of. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a good strategic... No, seriously, it does sometimes have a good strategic component to it. No, stop laughing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has strategy to it, I promise. But no, seriously, like, it can be fun from time to time. But, like, why settle for the inferior version, you know? That's why I don't play Pocket Edition or Bedrock. Why settle for the inferior version of a product? Just because it's more accessible? Just because more people play on it? Like, no. Why bother? Why eat a Snickers when a 4-course meal is just as easily accessible and just as good? I mean, it's one thing when you're craving a candy bar, but like, if that's all you're doing, you're not going to be fulfilled from that. Okay, so it's 2 outward, and then how many bumps? 5. Okay, so 5 bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aha! It added it up. It done added up. We have mathed correctly. Correcticularly. I don't know how some people have 5,000 hours on pick. I know how. They don't have any time to put onto anything else. They don't have any sense to put that time into anything else. But likewise, same goes for people who have that much time in Azure Lane, or Genshin Impact, or Fate Go, or insert gacha game here, or Yu-Gi-Oh, or Minecraft as a whole. Like, I guess at the end of the day, you're probably gonna sell your soul to something. You know, everybody gets into a time sink eventually. I guess make it the most meaningful time sink that you can. And at least for me, Minecraft is a huge creative endeavor for me. Oh, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. I think? Oh no, how did I fuck this up? Okay. I think I see what I did wrong. I want to double check using World Edit, because that's just the easiest way to double check this without spending hours or 20 minutes or so counting up blocks. Ow. You meanie. You meanie. Wounded me. There we go. Also, I don't know where that cobble fell. Ah, fuck it. It's not worth it. It's just cobble. I suspect this arm is too long. Or perhaps too short. Hard to say. Because the other 3 arms I built using metered out blocks. So, what I'm going to do, real quick, edit. Go back up. Let's hope this works. And I'm going to go into the backup and use the wand from World Edit to measure out everything. You know, I've never actually used the in-game backup feature? I'm kind of scared. What's it do? Optimize World Open Backups folder. Is that a different folder? I have my own backups folder. Is why I say that. Whoa. Backed up. Okay. 1,247 meg. Okay. None of this seems... Oh! It saves it as a zip. Why? That's dumb. Okay, I'm extracting it because for whatever reason it puts it in a zip file. And I'm about to fire that bad boy up. Cancel, cancel. Yeah. More testing later. I figured I would check while I'm out here just on the off chance that it somehow magically came back. But it didn't. Where'd you go? Ah, here it is. Okay, so it's got a date tag out to the side. Fucking long one, too. Okay, and it's also in a folder for whatever stupid reason. There we go. There we go. Demo, right here. Okay. So this is not the main world, just as a disclaimer. Okay. Open to LAN, allow cheats, start. Let's go into creative. Wand. I'm just checking my math because I'm 99% certain I messed up this arm. Okay. So this should be from... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it should be this block. Right there. Okay, so from there to over here should be 73. Is it? No, it is 72, which is exactly why my math did not add up over here. I thought this was odd. So that means I'm going to have to go into the other world, the real world, and tear it all down and lengthen it. 73. Yeah, see, that's 73 from there. And this is also 73. And this over here is also 73. So yeah, I shortchanged myself. Okay, good to know. So basically, oh my god, this entire arm has to be brought forward one block. Yikes. Oh, that's going to be a nightmare. Okay. We will delete that one because it's just for that one instance I needed to measure. I did not die, don't worry. That was just to measure out this arm. So now we know that this arm here is 72 blocks long instead of 73. Good to know. Good to know. Oh my god. I do not want to have to... Well, actually, it might not be that bad. Because I can just follow the footprint of the previous area and then just mine up the excess. That should work. Oh, fuck. Hello, Denver Rayleigh? Mine is diorite. What's your least favorite? Granite. Granite is just like ugly. I don't know what it is about the color. It just doesn't feel good. Can't really say why. So yeah, who knows? Very personal preference-y, but you know, something about granite just makes it feel not well tuned. And also, that's not what real-world granite looks like. Real-world granite is akin to more like andesite or diorite is in-game. Real-world granite can have a multitude of different sort of shades and textures to it. So it's really not, like, accurate. I think that's why I don't like it. It just doesn't feel like it should. Shit. Four, 5. There we go. And so then from this area, it's 2, 1, 3 sets of 1. So it's a 2, 1, 2, 3, and then it goes out 2, I think. Or no, 1, 2, 3. It goes out 2 right there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another set of 2. So we got it correct now. Everything is corrected. So that actually wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. And it didn't even take that much cobble to correct. So it ultimately panned out. I'm very glad I went into creative mode on a backup just to give me the ability to measure all that out really easily. World Edit is so convenient for just the measuring thing alone. I really wish I had, like, we had an in-game measuring tape of some kind for just measuring distances between blocks. Like an in-game instrument of some kind. Would that not be amazing? Like a compass, you know? Like you could take a piece or a map of an area, right? You know, you make a hard map of an area using a map item, and then on like a cartographer table, you have the ability to use a compass and a what's that called? Well, yeah, that is also called a compass too, isn't it? The drawing writing one, not the magnetic North Pole finder. But yes, you could use a tool or a feature or a facet of the cartographer's table to basically figure out the distance between blocks easily when they're on a map. That would be really cool. And it would also kind of be, I guess, in line with Minecraft's pseudo, I don't want to say analog, but like pseudo inefficient means of, oh fuck, that was close, based knockback. I haven't yelled like that in a while. Anyway, but yes, that would be like right along the lines of Minecraft's pseudo anarchy, or not, fuck, anarchy, pseudo, what am I looking for? Like, eclectic? you know, not quite 100% the best way it could be, but like sort of steampunky, I guess is the right way to put it. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Enderman. Come here. Oh, hey, Princess Molly 69. It's been a while. You're just in time to hear me scream. I'm sure you've heard me scream before, but, you know, it's a rare treat. I rarely scream. Because I was like, oh, God, I'm going to lose another totem. No, and then I have to go on a totem hunt. Because I've got one totem left after this one. And that's my backup totem. I don't want to lose that. Shit. Now that creeper went flying somewhere, and I know he dropped gunpowder. Where might he have landed? Well, shit. Can't find him. That's right, burn, skeleton. Huh? Where'd he go? Here's more of my cobble I dropped. Yeah, it has been a while. Where you been? Ow. Damn babies. I wish they weren't so fast. Okay. At any rate. Usually use a creative world to find diamond and netherite. Okay. I don't see what that has to do with anything, but alright. There we go. Almost got another full circle finished. I've just got one corner left to fix, I believe. Just been doing a lot more stuff. I don't think I want stone. Yeah, I understand. IRL stuff. That is the bane of everybody's existence, is IRL obligations. Okay, so from here it juts out 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it juts out 2, and then it connects up. Yay! It's all done. Okay, so this is the largest circle finished, basically. Took way longer than I expected, but that's basically par for the course. Okay, and so this topmost circle actually is not... Oh, fuck. Huh? Where'd it go? Ah, well. Oh my god. There we go. Oh shit, I still need... Did the little bastard fall all the way down here? Yeah, I bet it did. Anyway, I need the scaffolding. There we go. Ooh, you can kind of see the circular shape better. Especially from up here. I really like this effect. There we go. There we go. And so this topmost portion is an imitation of this middle circle here, which I will probably bother to make some other time. For now, I actually want to go ahead and finish up the last triangle on the side here. Oh, Wandering Trader. Yep, he sells garbage. Who would have guessed? Free leather. Free leads. Wouldn't it be nice if you could fly through dimensions? Instead of like coming to a screeching halt? Your momentum is halted. Shift place to make the scaffold go up. Ah. I didn't know that. I don't hardly ever mess with scaffolding enough to make it worth my while. There is actually a... Where did I put them? Sea lanterns, here we go. There is actually a value. I need to be able to pass through all of these, though. Ooh. There we go. We can go up and down more efficiently now. Damn it. I was hoping to prevent that. Fuck. Okay. Well, if they're all going to fall down, I may as well go all the way to the very bottom. Grab them all up and then place them all up going down. Okay. Here's hoping I gathered everything up properly. I actually think, yeah. Let me just finish the scaffolding part first. Whew. Good night. Head out. Okay, take care, Stone Cold Killer. It's shift space place. Okay. Well, it shouldn't really matter. This should all add up. There we go. Now, lucky for me, unlike the previous two sides, this last side of the triangle is extremely straightforward because it's literally just 4 over to the right, 4 over to the right, 4 over to the right, all the way until it lines up there. So I won't have to guess on where I'm positioned. I will automatically know. Because once I've gone 4 blocks up, I go over to the right 1. Just like so. Do I think Mojang should update the end dimension? Of course! I would love a good, emphasis on the word good, end update. At least the same level of quality of care that they put into the Nether. Preferably more, but I'll be fine with whatever we get as long as it's not shit. Because, like, they seem to be putting a decent amount of care into the Deep Dark. To be fair, that should probably be like something they do after they've updated the end, but like, okay, whatever, I can't exactly help what they do when they do it. But for the most part, like, yeah, put care and love into it and actually give a shit, I'll happily enjoy it. I want Mojang to care. I want them to be good at this. I want them to not just throw dumb shit in there for the sake of throwing dumb shit in there. Like with polar bears. Like, no one should let them ever forget polar bears and just how bad they are. And how magma blocks were almost just as bad. They came out in the same update. And just stuff like that. Like, don't forget, these people added this same garbage to the game and didn't see anything wrong with it for years. Hey, placeholder. How are you? So, I don't know. It's a very kind of iffy thing. But hey, what can you do? Oh, wait, shit. I nearly broke the symmetry. There we go. Jack, have I finished watching the Entertainment District arc of Demon Slayer? I've never watched anything Demon Slayer before, and I don't care to. Because Demon Slayer is the Bleach of the Zoomer generation. Like, I saw Bleach. It was really cool. I enjoyed it for what it was. And that's it. Like, Demon Slayer is just Bleach at the end of the day. It's a different rule system. It's different, you know, all that. But it's got the same appeal. It's Naruto and Bleach combined, really. Like, I'm sorry, I've seen that before. I'm too old to give a shit at this point. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's entertaining. I'm sure it's everything everybody wants it to be. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, just that I've done this dance. I've sang this song before. I have zero reason to care. Now, it could be that it is just such a markedly... Oh, Demon Slayer is not really that good in your opinion? Well, it feels to me like it's a retread of old ground, which is the same ground Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece have all tread. So, like... It's just the current young generation of shonen watchers, you know, it's geared toward them. And that's not a bad thing, but like, I've sang this song, I've done this dance, I don't need to do it again. I'm missing out. No, I'm not. The thing about anime is that there is nothing new under the sun. And the idea of, oh, well, this anime is unique and interesting because these reasons. I guarantee you can find just as many, if not many more, anime that do similar things, possibly even better. It's not unique to think of a magic system that operates on ancient Japanese this or that. It's not bad, just... Like I said, I liked it better when it was called Naruto. I liked it better when it was called Bleach. Like, these things have extraordinarily similar tones for a reason. Ah, fucking... Damn it. I'm gonna have to let that one go for now. Oh no. Ooh, I'm gonna have to prune all that. It's not gonna... This is gonna add up somewhere in there. Oh well. Live and learn. Live, laugh, love. Lie. Lose. You know. Oh, I'm so close. Oh, I'm so close I can taste it. I can reach out and touch my tongue to the sea lantern. What do you think these things taste of? Do they taste fishy? Sea lanterns, I mean. Do you think sea lanterns taste fishy? I mean, they are the concentrated drops and remains of a weird fish creature. May not be too far off the mark. Yeah, it's true, Lamau. I swear I haven't seen your family in months. Everyone is ancient Japanese nowadays. I know, right? The animation and sound effects are great. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. That's what happens when you get a competent studio making, well, anything. You will get a really nice, competent-looking product. That said, these are not story beats that are terribly brand new. The last truly groundbreakingly new or interesting anime were made well over 20 years ago. There have not been new, genuinely provocative, genuinely interesting anime in a very long time. In about 20 or so years. Simply because there's a hard, shall we say, there's a hard, what's a good word for this? There's a scarcity of good ideas. Oh, fuck. We are in a drought of smart, clever, fun, introspective, really actually good stuff. And that drought lets up from time to time, but it never fully abates. You know? Like I've asked for before, I hope we get another golden age like the 80s and 90s again. I really do. I don't know when or where that'll be. I don't know what it'll look like. I don't know who will usher it in, but I hope we get one. Are you fucking shitting me? He just dodged that arrow. Did you see his ass? He dodged like 2 inches to the right, and that was enough. Get your hands off my gunpowder, you damn filthy zombies. Oh my god, can you all pick stuff up now? Okay. I was like, there's no way I don't have a full hand. These zombies will all die off eventually. Here we go. Phew. Take a breather. I've earned it. Also, give me that XP. Aw. Try to avoid killing them with bows. Just soften them up, you know? Ooh, that's a fast spider. Is it me, or should spiders spawn with, like, better potion effects than what you, the player, can obtain? Like, spiders with strength 5 or strength 4. So that they actually hit like a giant fucking spider would. Or strength, or speed 3. Oh, God. Nope. 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 Get away from me. Maybe he will get bored and leave. Fuck. Bye. Okay. Did he teleport away, or? No, he's right there. Ah, he de-aggroed. Interesting. I didn't know they could do that. That's a smart idea, though. I'm happy they do de-aggro over time. Gunpowder. God, you're shiny. Okay, that's enough fooling around in the pit for one evening. I believe I have completed it. Okay, this is a nice spot to look from, I think. There we go. Okay, good. I'm not going to get jumped or anything. Well, damn, I still can't really see the whole thing of it. But anyway, so we got the lowest triangle, the middle triangle, and then the tallest one in the back where the light doesn't quite let us perceive. So, yeah. That's going to do it for me for today. I've got one last circle to make up here. But other than that, that's pretty well the end of it. Thank you all for coming out and watching. 1.9 has a built-in auto-clicker that auto-times hits perfectly now. Really? Oh, when you hold down the... Yeah, okay, I do remember seeing that. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I wish they'd added that sooner. I don't know if that's the sort of thing that would matter, but yeah. Space travel and colonies, the final frontier, I don't know. Man just dissed Vinland Saga. What? What about Vinland Saga? Vinland Saga's... I don't know. Berserk, Vinland Saga, and a few other manga like that. While they are obviously very good, very insightful, and very interesting, they are a holdover from the 80s and 90s. Okay? Those mangas started in the 80s and 90s. They're good, and they've managed to consistently stay good, and that's great. I'm happy. But they're not the result of 2000s era thinking. This is not a work that came out anytime recently. Berserk started the year I was born, just to give you context. Vinland Saga started not too long after that. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but just know it's not the same when it's a holdover from 20-something years ago. I said there were no good anime that came out in the past 20 years versus... Again, I just qualified that. Those things that are good and are currently still being made, Berserk's status is still unknown, obviously, but you get the idea. Things of that nature are a holdover from when they first came out 20 or so years ago. They count as being in that 20-year period. From the late 90s, early 90s, somewhere in there. Early 2000s even. Since it's 2022, 20 years ago was 2002. Those things are from that era. The one that I mentioned. There's very little that has come out in the last 20 years that is of the same quality as what was released 20 plus years ago. There are some holdovers, but they are the exception, not the rule. That's my point. So, with that said, and with all this hard work we poured into today, I will catch you all tomorrow for Freeform Friday. We'll be playing Octopath Traveler. More Octopath. Yummy. And so, yeah, that's pretty well the end of it, basically. Berserk will never be finished. Oh, I know. Oh, God, I hope they do finish it, though. But it would be a shame if it just stays half done. I don't know. Such a shame, but yeah, I will catch y'all later. Y'all take care. Bye. Whoops, may have hit the wrong button there. There we go. So yeah, y'all have a good one.